Hey there guys, this is Flamzeron, aka YouTube's Tosca, and I've got a nice surprise for you guys. Remember this game here, Clock Tower? You might know it as Clock Tower The First Fear. Well, if you've done your research, then you'll know that while the game was on the Super Famicom or Super Nintendo, and that version was translated by Aeon Genesis, there's also a PlayStation version, as well as a PC version. Both of them being known as The First Fear, I believe, because they came out after this one, and after the game was established as a franchise. Well, I've got some news for you guys. The PlayStation, both versions have been translated. And how exactly do I know this? Well, I worked on essentially both of them. It's actually kind of funny. I worked on the script for the PS1 version, and some guy who was good with computers found an old version of my script and implemented it into the PC version. And then another person on the forum that I go to, Don't Cry Jennifer, found the patch for the PC version and put it all together, and perhaps even uses my more updated script. Kind of bumped the mic there. Hope you didn't hear it. But yeah, I actually worked on this. This is my first time really putting my writing skills to use for anything video game related, even if it's just a fan translation. But yeah, fan translation. Why don't I show you how good I did? Raised in the Granite Orphanage, Jennifer and her friends were unexpectedly wanted as adopted daughters. In September of that year, one thing you'll notice that's different is the script a little bit is different. We also did go with Miss Mary. From what I understand, she's only called Miss Mary in the instruction booklet, but I'll get into that later on. For this, I didn't actually work. This part I didn't work on, and because I think this I had to was implemented beforehand. I actually came into this project relatively late, so a lot of the translation was already done. I just had to kind of proofread it and make sure everything made sense. But I was more or less a proofreader and editor of the script. And our goal was to keep everything as close to the Japanese as possible. We tried to keep it closer to the Japanese than Aeon Genesis apparently did. That's a bit of a... What we did here is, what I did was I went between teacher and Miss Mary depending on who was speaking. For Jennifer in particular, I have it to where she alternates or uses both. But, yeah. PlayStation. No. But, yeah, and let's talk to peoples. I forget how to... Okay. Hey, Ian. You're wondering what kind of person Mr. Burroughs is. Right? Yeah. This one is something that I actually changed in the script. The original line was Anne says, I want to know what kind of person... Or she says, I'm wondering what kind of person Mr. Burroughs is what you were going to say, right? And I wanted to change that because I felt like in English that was an awkward sentence because most people don't start with the imitation. The imitation comes after, generally. Now, Another way I could have taken it would have been, oh, let me guess, you're going to say deb 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 deb. But you know, I went with a more traditional. You're wondering this, right? Because it still confirms that she more or less knows what Jennifer's thinking. So you get my drift. Somehow. Huh? It's just so big I can't stand it. That's another one I kind of... The original line was, it's so big I'll hardly get used to it. And I changed it to, it's so big I can't stand it, to give it a little bit more flavor as well as make it sound more personable and more human. It's so empty here. I'll never get used to it. Wait, now. I think I'm confusing two different lines. Never mind. Don't be such a... This one in particular... that one I changed. I don't remember the original line, but I changed that one because I felt like, you know, Laura wasn't really being nice to Lottie. I felt like the translator and I went back and forth, and we agreed to go with Wimp. And she wanted to keep teacher generally. And I felt like, you know, if her name is Miss Mary, we should have it be Miss Mary. And we ultimately decided to have it alternate. And my whole thing was like, at this point, as far as the girls know, they don't know that Miss Mary is Psycho. And I felt like that in London, or just in Western culture in general, like it's more polite to call someone by their name. It's like saying hello versus hello, John. That was my mentality. I was trying to use my... writer sensibility to I guess you could say I punched up the script a little bit, which I think is true. And if it makes you guys feel better, the PC version uses an older version of the script. Though these three, I did this one actually early on. It was a 40-page script. Miss Mary sure is taking a while. That one was also a bit of a... The original was like, is really slow. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'll change that. But anyway, I'm just kind of playing it a little bit. I don't even know for how long. Coming from the main foyer. Nani? I have to get there. Oh my gosh, yes. Guys. Hey, stop joking around. This one is more of an example of us trying to keep it to... Because from what I understand, from what I remember of the Aeon Genesis, Jennifer says, hey guys, this isn't funny. Which, you know, more or less conveys the same idea, but it's very cliche and it's been done before. Here's like, stop joking around. I mean, that's more of a one of the more minor changes, I think, but the general idea... That one wasn't as spiced up. I just more changed a word or two. Let's look at the table. And I saw that JonTron did a video about this game. It's an ordinary table. Guys. Who spilled peanut butter? It's like there's peanut butter on it. It's like, what is this mystical concoction that is melting upon my hands and making it feel weird and making me feel happy because I like peanut butter? I've decided that Jennifer's main character trait is that she likes peanut butter. So when they decide to make Clock Tower 4, I'm going to make that her character. I also play tested the translation, so I actually got to play a little bit of this, and I'm playing this on an emulator. I haven't put it on a disc yet. I do know that you can do a fan translation with a disc, because one, I've done it with Namco Cross Capcom and Berserk. So it will work if you want to actually play this on your PlayStation. It's completely dark. Though I would say if you're looking for an accurate translation and editing that doesn't change a lot of the stuff, then this is probably the one. Or you should just play it because I worked on it. I won't even beat around the bush. You should play this because I worked on this. This is like my 12th million video. I wonder where the light switch is. One line in particular, I did kind of have to go with I had to go with I had to look at Aeon Genesis' interpretation of the line because it's empty, like my heart, because I have no friends and I smell like pee-pee. There's my Neanders joke of the day. Because a line, it was just kind of awkward, and it was later on in the game, and while I was playtesting it, like there was a lot of stuff going on, and I actually got kind of stuck. So I couldn't, oh, the thing's crying again. I got stuck, so... Blood? I got stuck, so I couldn't progress. I'm like, okay, and so I asked on the phone, like, can one of you guys, like, screenshot me where the line comes from so I can try to fix it? Because I was doing a second read-through. I was doing a second read-through of the script, but even then, from what I've been told, there's still some errors, which I'll have to keep an eye out for. And the line in particular is where Jennifer confronts Miss Mary, or finds her, and Miss Mary's all like, "You've been a bad girl and you shouldn't have, for killing my little boy." That's the line that she says, and I feel like that's awkward. I need to change that. But I didn't understand the context, so I looked up a Let's Play that I've watched like 12 million times, Deceased Crabs and Madame Luna's Let's Play of Clock Tower, which I believe Enigmapedia of Don't Cry Jennifer is also in it, so that's cool. Really comfy sofa. The exact same as the other one. Why the fuck did I look at it again? Because I told you to, Jennifer. You do everything that I say. And so I looked it up and I went from Aeon Genesis. I had an idea of what it was, but I'm just like, well... There's a small bottle of perfume. It's the same as our teachers, Miss Mary. Yeah, there we go. I have her do that. That's my that's an example of me using both teacher and Miss Mary, because apparently she's their teacher. Yet at the same time, like, if she's the teacher, why is she the one taking them to the mansion? Don't they have like a caretaker? And why specifically teacher? I don't know. I think that was a Japan thing. And I think, well, I don't want to like. There's a blanket. A blanky wanky. Let's open this up, because why not? A parrot? The audio sounds different. Got him. I'll have to listen to it again. There's this, when I was playing this is actually when I play tested, it was the farthest I had ever gotten in the game. And I got to like this one like room and there was really creepy music. It just rubbed me the wrong way and it gave me chills, and it's giving me chills just thinking about it. Like, wow. Probably the creepiest part in any game that I've ever played. And it's so subtle too. Like, nothing pops out. You know, I haven't played PT yet, or very little silent room, you know, but I've seen Pyramid Head, so I know real scary when I see it. But anyway, let's look at this mirror, and because I want to test something, because I feel like I don't entirely understand how this works. La 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 la. Oh, let's look. Oh. Oh. Scared. Alright, so square is the button that you press. My neck hurts now. So if I keep pressing it, she's supposed to like get sleepy or she's supposed to like bend over and take my penis. No, she's supposed to like lay down and go to sleep. Or she gets on her knees and fucking rests. That's what I'm trying to say. Or is it Y? I don't remember what button it is. I don't remember how to... You can hear me press the button, too. Anyway. Let's continue onward. Let's try and maybe get to Scissor Man, and then I'll stop. Because I just wanted to kind of show you guys things. Or maybe... I think it only works in certain rooms. As you can tell, the music's a little different. Them graphics. I'm low on health, so this actually isn't going to really work out too well. But I know it's going to happen. I think there's a voiceover, too. Laura? Now the creepy eye. Run, girl. Never come back. I know exactly... No, go. You have to be nice, I get it. You know, you have to wait until he gets on the same plane of existence as you do. Oh. Wait. No. Oh. Well. That was fun. But Clock Tower, the first fear. There will be a link in the description to the post on the Don't Cry Jennifer forums where it links the patch. It's an X Delta patch. I pointed this out to Bernie, the guy who's doing all the code and everything, so he knows everything about that, and he made patches different patches depending on how you ripped it, like if you use Power ISO or whatnot. I do plan on getting the game, and I use Info Recorder. I guess that I'll have to check. I don't know, but there's also one that's made just for like one if you have like a track 1 and a track 2. But yeah, so check there, and yeah, hope you enjoy this little present that I made for you. It's probably past Christmas, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.